Hi teachers. This video is to show you how to create an event in My Learning Plan. Many of you have reached out to me and you're going to be holding planning sessions where you and the teachers in your department or PLC are going to do some common planning collaboration over the summer. And so I'm just going to take a moment here and kind of show you that process and how you go through creating your own session in My Learning Plan so that you can get credit for unscheduled flexible service. Once you log into My Learning Plan, over here on the left, you see Catalog Activity Proposals. So we're going to go ahead and click there. And this is where we're going to put in all the information. I would ensure on activity title that you type in Bearden High School. This just makes it a little bit easier for people to recognize it. And as you can imagine, there are quite a few PD events in the summer. So we might put Planning Session for Chemistry. Here we're going to type in a description of, are we going to be setting our goals? Are we going to be creating common assessments? Are we going to be focusing on creating common projects? Really trying to put what you're looking at doing during that planning time. Max number of participants, you can put as many or as few as you want. And wait list, you do have to put a number. Where it says attendance approval required, make sure you keep that marked as no. Otherwise, you will have to go through and approve each person's attendance. We're going to go ahead and select no here. It's not a system-wide PD. Down here, you are going to go through and find your name or the person who is physically leading the event. If it's multiple people, you can see there that you can select multiple people. Should have probably just hit V and selected V, but here we go. Okay. Whoops. And then down here where it says activity owner, this is the person who is actually going to put in the attendance for the event. So you would select yourself more than likely, and now I'm the person who can actually go in and give people credit that show up. If you're only going to have one meeting over the summer, then this is pretty standard, pretty obvious. However, if you know that you're going to be having multiple meetings, then you can go through and list those 3 dates. And what's neat about this is when you go to mark the attendance, once all 3 meeting dates have completed, if somebody came to the first 2 meeting dates but didn't come to the 3rd one, you can still give them credit all in the same session. And so especially if you're holding multiple meetings, that would be a really good idea and make it simpler on you. Make sure also that you choose main location activity. That would be Bearden High School, even if you are meeting at a coffee shop or a Panera, somewhere like that. The rest of this is not necessary to fill out. You do want to put how many hours per session. So if you're meeting 3 times for 3 hours each, that would be a total of 9 hours. The purpose is going to be building level. And then down here, if it's a planning session in the summer, you're going to be facilitating high quality student supports, guaranteeing excellence in the classroom, personalizing learning. But depending upon what you're doing, you may be choosing something different. Down here, of course, we'll probably end up selecting multiple indicators there. And then you will want to probably restrict it to Bearden High School unless there is a teacher at another school that you're wanting to collaborate with, then you can leave that unchecked and anybody would have access to it. Here, I realize that you're probably going to want to choose 9, 10, 11, 12, but don't. Because, for example, if there's a special education teacher who is going to come to the event, it won't show up in their My Learning Plan because they're not listed as a specific grade band. So I would make sure you don't check anything there. And then, of course, the last thing you're going to do is hit submit. So once you have the event in My Learning Plan, it'll go through the approval process. It'll go to Dr. Bartlett first, and then it'll go to Brandy Hall next. And you'll be able to check the status of your learning session over here under instructor. Once it has gone through the approval process, it will show up here. When it's time to mark attendance, it is pretty simple. You will click on the event, you'll click activity attendance, and then you'll type in the name of the person who attended the event. And then right down here, you'll type in the number of hours they had, you'll click complete, and then save. That last part, you might have a few more specific questions on, and I can definitely talk you through that and help you out with that. But I hope that gives you an idea of how you can create some of your own learning sessions here in My Learning Plan and take advantage of some summer PD hours. Thanks, everyone.